Our project name is Dynamic Task Assignment in a Distributed System, which is done by K. Preeti and S. Yamini under the guidance of Ms. R. Lavanya, who is Assistant Professor in CSE Department of Wheeltech Multitech Engineering College. In our abstract, a server firm or server cluster is a collection of computer servers. We propose an adaptive task assignment policy called ADAPT policy, which is based on the concept of multiple static based task assignment policies. In the existing system, the server firm receives high volume of traffic. There are three main reasons for this. One is service time of such tasks are not always recorded. Another one is difficult to set up the task in particular distribution, and there is also a possibility for the service time distribution of tasks to overtime due to the non-stationary nature of traffic flow. The disadvantage of the existing system are poor performance in sending the information, waiting time is very high, path is not identified easily, and the transmitting time is very high. In our proposed system, we make use of the ADAPT policy, which determines the best task assignment using the service time distribution of tasks, which is estimated online, and it dynamically changes the task assignment policy. There are three main conditions. One is online data collection, another one is online density estimation using non-parametric based technique, another one is online selection of task assignment policies. The advantage of the proposed system are the proposed policy makes no assumption regarding the service time distribution, waiting time is very less, and there is no confusion, high performance in sending the information. The system requirements are the software requirements. The front end is Java, environment is Eclipse or NetBeans, backend is MySQL, operating system is Windows XP. In hardware requirements, processor are Pentium 4, RAM is 512 MB, hard disk is 80 GB. In this paper, the density is estimated using the bandwidth, where we make use of two methods, first generation and second generation. Among this, the second generation is the best method. In this paper, they use the least flow time first, which reduces the delay caused by size variation by maintaining a balanced load in the system. In the on choosing a task assignment policy for a distributed server system, in this, they make use of the 4 task assignment policy for the distributed server system. They are round robin, random, size based, and dynamic least work remaining. In this paper, Equiload managed to achieve a balanced load to each of the backend server, and its parameter are obtained from the analysis of traces passed data. In the architecture diagram, the user will request for the process where the task name and the size are given to the administrator, and the task is allocated using the ADAPT policy or random policy, which is then given to the server. In the data flow diagram, the client first create a task, then it select the process, then it send to the server where it calculate the service time and the density of the task. The tasks are allocated based on the density, and the tasks are processed and the tasks are completed. The module list are creating a mass storage and mission, allocating process to mission, calculate average time and density, selecting process to mission, report generation. In creating a mass storage and mission, the user will first create a mass storage where the mass storage name, ID and size are given to the database. Similarly, admin will create a mission where the mission name, ID and size are given to the database. In allocating the process to mission, the user will first select the mission, and it will select the type of the file, then it will select which type to which type, and it will convert it, and then it will send to the database. In calculate average time and density, from the database, the number of missions are obtained through which this mission service time and the density are calculated. In selecting the process to mission, first it will select the mission, then it will analyze the mission traffic condition, at last it use the ADAPT policy method. In report generation, from the database, mission and mass storage details are viewed in table format where the mission, service time, arrival time and departure time are obtained. Similarly, mass storage, in the mass storage, which mission to be executed, which server are available, which mission to complete, and which server is running are obtained. The implementation of the modules. It is the stream registration form where the New user will register their name and the password. It is the login form where the user will log in using their username and the password. It is the task registration form where the number of tasks are given by the user. It is the task allocation form where the tasks are allocated and their size are calculated. It is the task information form where the details of the task can be obtained and the status of the task can be easily seen. It is the task processing form where the task get processed and where the task get processed. It is the task completion form. These are the database table of the user task, task registration, server creation, new user registration. It is the task completion where the image is converted to the PDF. These are the papers we referred. Conclusion. In our project, we make use of the ADAPT policy which define a set of static based policy for a given distributed system, and it utilizes the task assignment policy with the least expected waiting time for assigning the next batch of tasks. Thank you.
Here is the project demo. First, we have to start the cloud server. For that, cloud server.java is run as Java application, and then the subserver has to be run. Then login procedure. For new user, it is login as new user login. Username should be given with password. Once we submitted, the login is successful. Next, the task registration. The user has to give how many number of tasks he has to going to perform. As for that, the task name and task ID is created. For each task, task name and a task ID should be created. Here is the number of tasks is 3. So 3 task name, 3 task ID is created and stored in database. Though you give the 4th task name, it shows task completed. Here is the task allocation. For each task, the process which has to done is selected here. The input file is selected from browse. For task A, it is the image file selected, and the process to be done is image to PDF. Once it is selected, the task A and what process it is going to do, image to PDF is shown, and the file size, input file size is calculated as 58. Similarly, for task 2 and task 3, for 3 tasks, we have assigned that process. Here the task information, it shows the complete detail about each task, what process it has to going to do, and the file size of each input file name, and the service time and the status of the task. It is arranged based on the service time. Once you select the server, in which server the task has to be performed, and choose the adapt policy, in which policy it has to be converted. Then choose convert. The task is completed, that the file is converted into PDF. If you choose the second task and adapt policy, it shows that choose the minimum service time first. Then we have to choose random policy for the second task. Conversion. Then the subserver status is assigned. Once you refresh, the task status is shown that it's processing, because the process is given in the subserver. Once you click convert, the file is converted into XML file. Task is completed. And task 3, again random selection is given in a server, different server as server 3. Then conversion. Refresh it, it shows processing. Once you process, the input file is shown in the text box. If you click convert, Then the text file successfully converted to PDF box tab is shown. If you refresh it, the task completed is shown in the task information table. So all the status of all tasks are shown in the task information table. Once you completed all this, we have to go and view the output files. So output files, refresh it. Image converted is separate, PDF converted, XML converted. To view image converted, click. Here is the file that image is converted into PDF, shown in Adobe Reader, and the PDF converted is text to PDF. And this one is PDF to XML viewed in a text editor. Thus all tasks complete successfully. Once it is completed, terminate all the subservers which are running or which are completed the task. Yeah, thank you for